This show is sponsored by Lila Arboretum Society.
Hello, I'm Vi Gogol, Master Gardener, and I'm here today with Gene. Hi. We're going to look at his garden. He's on garden tour for 2016. And I guess now we just need to start looking at your garden and seeing what you got. This fountain is gorgeous.
We put the fountain in when we first put the house in, so this has been here about, 15, 16 years.
Holding up well.
Yeah, and then all these were the smallest plants you could possibly get when we first started this. So they were, little half gallons? And look at them.
Yeah,
now.
they grow. They really do.
And that was the same thing that Japanese maple was like a little half gallon, about that size when I bought it. I've been slowly shaping it. It looks like I need to round it again. I usually round it in the spring to make it look like a ball. Looks like it's gotten away from me. I'll have to do that before the garden.
Well, not necessarily. People won't notice. I grow mine wild, so. Yeah, you got. What are some of those over there? Is that a purple plum?
Yeah, purple plum, and then I have my flowering magnolia.
Oh, look at the magnolia. We got to get some of those blossoms in the picture.
Yeah.
And we might say this is, what is today? July 14th?
July 14th.
July 14th, and it's reblooming.
You can see the remnants of what used to be a rose garden in here too, but I gave up on those about 3 years ago, so these are just, they come back, but I don't do anything on them.
Oh, we've got a tree. We've got a tree that's got a face on it.
Hey, you can see that better from over here. I have it cut so you can kind of see it from the deck.
Okay.
And you can kind of see the waterfall maybe from the trees right through there. And then off in the distance is the greenhouse. I just added that a couple of years ago.
Down here, Dave, you can get a good view of that. Is it 7 foot?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
That's beautiful. The whole scene from this angle is beautiful.
And if you look, I had, I'm not sure exactly what the tropical tree was, but I used to have 2 tropical trees up on either side of the waterfall, but wind like today blew one over and smashed it. So that's the remnant of it right there.
Oh, yeah.
And then so then I had these used to go on the on both sides of the greenhouse door, and I just pushed them up on
They
top
look good
of the
up there.
Yeah. I'd like something with more height, but that's all I had for this year, so.
No, but they don't hide the stuff behind them.
Yeah, good point, yeah.
Oh, they look nice. Okay, well, let's move on down towards the greenhouse.
Well, I've got three carvings around here. This one was just kind of like a practice one. I just went on the internet and found different pictures of carvings and something that I thought I could do. So this was.
So this is where you learned your
Yeah, this was the
skill.
first one I did. And this one I didn't really shape it. I just cut the marks into the tree.
You got.
And then as I got more confident, there's other ones I have where actually I shaped the face.
Okay, well we'll look at.
I used to have those used to go on either entrance here, so then I went and put my bird of paradise instead over here.
And you grow those all in the greenhouse?
Yeah. Usually the greenhouse is completely. I don't know how noisy it'll be in there, but
well,
I just have some of my starts and my experiments and stuff I'm doing. There's a lotus plant that I'm having trouble. It's just not being very hardy this year, so I don't know if I need to transplant it. I've got a couple other. Every time I try. Starting a lotus, I just end up killing it. So I'm just kind of leaving it in here, open at the heat. Maybe it'll get a little bit more vigorous, and then I'll try splitting it and see if maybe that'll fix it. In the kiddie pool, I have they're called Victoria Amazonica. They're the giant water lilies. They get about the size of that pool actually when they're full grown. And I got mine late this year. And usually by now they're probably 2-3 feet around. I got it maybe 3 weeks ago, and so I'm just keeping it in here, hoping that heat will maybe make it grow a little bit quicker. Like that, I don't know if you can see that. That was
in the back.
Yeah, in the back right here. That one was 2 inches, only 2 inches a couple days ago, so it's doubled its size within a couple of days.
Well, that's good.
So maybe by this weekend, maybe it'll be that big, and I'll put it in the water. And then my fish have been eating all my water lettuce and my hibiscus, so I've just got starts in here. I'm gonna wait until I get a few more, and then I'll keep transferring up to the pond. so I get enough that maybe the fish can't eat them all off.
Okay, well let's move over because there's more to see in the back.
Eventually I'm going to build a tea house on the top of this hill. So there'll be a little entryway over here.
Have you gone down to look at the one in Irving Park?
No, I haven't. I've been to the Japanese garden at Myers Gardens.
Okay, well they put the Japanese, our sister city.
Oh yeah,
They
okay.
brought it over.
Yeah, I have drove by that. I have actually.
But if
never
you
been
want to
down
see the window, they had to take it out because of vandalism. But they had a stained glass like window.
Yeah, around a moon window.
Yes,
Call it a moon
exactly.
Door. Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought about. I have my tractor down there, and I thought about putting a building down there, and putting a moon door on it. You know, so it'd be a building, but it would have the moon door entryway instead of a.
Okay, well here's the pond, the big pond.
Yeah.
One of the ponds. Man, you got a powerful pump on this.
Yeah, back in the greenhouses where I house all the pumps and all the filtering systems for this.
Now what does the wire keep out?
Yeah, and this is the electric wires for herons, to keep the herons out. We before I put this up, we have a heron every day here, constantly. One would come in and another one would leave. I think I put this pond in 3 years ago, and about the 1st of July is when they showed up and started, and within a month I had no fish left. And I had probably 5 times the amount of fish I have here now.
And that keeps the heron out. They land on the land and then go in the water?
This is something they do. I researched and researched on this.
You did.
And this is what they do in England, is they put an electric fence around their ponds to keep the herons out. And herons can't land in the water. They have to land outside of the water, and that's why I have so many. This concrete makes a perfect landing bed for them. They just come in right through here and they land right here, and then they just take their time, walk around, and hunt. And so now with the electric fence, every once in a while they'll sit by the electric fence and they'll get one, but they can't eat it. They'll get the shock and then they let it go, and then I'll find a fish floating around in the pond.
Oh, they kill it.
Every once in a while, yeah, they still kill it. Matter of fact, there's one. He lived, but he's got a scar across his back where he got hit by the beak.
Well, that's good to know how you can
Yeah.
keep them out. I've seen, raccoons, I've seen people put screens over the top of their pond and only take it off during the day when they have visitors.
Yeah, and that's what these posts are for. Is in the fall I have a giant net that I have to put over the top of this. I have a string I run between all of it and across to make a spider web, and then I have a giant, I think it's a 200 by 100 foot net or 200 by 300 foot net.
I hope you have help.
So now I have to do all by myself.
At my age, it's making me tired just to hear about it. Okay, now does this, I see you got a bubbler in there.
Yeah, I have I don't know if we'll be able to see them or not. So I have koi, I have goldfish, and then now with water gardening, they're getting into some other breeds of fish, and I have they're banded sharks. They're orange and black banded sharks, and they have a giant fin on the back, and they look like a shark, and they get to be about 1.5 long. And I have 10 of them in here in this school, but they're really hard to see. This morning they were over by that hibiscus, but I don't know if we'll be able to see them now. And so I have those, and then another thing that they do actually over in England is they keep sturgeons with koi, and so I have 4 sturgeons on order, and they have to have the water highly oxygenated. So that's why I have the pumps in there for that. But I guess the person I bought them from is having trouble getting a permit to ship them to Michigan. So we're still waiting. So I have eventually I have all the different fish that you can have in a pond.
And then they are deep enough they can make it through the winter.
Yeah. On this side it's 6 feet deep over on the right side of the bridge, and on the left side of the bridge over there is 3 feet deep. And then I have a shallow underneath this bridge here, and it's about a foot and a half, and that's so you can see the fish as they swim underneath you.
Yeah.
And
colorful.
I have some. I had 3 of them from Japan at one time that I actually imported. They ship them to Hawaii, and then they overnight them over to here. I think the only one I have left from Japan is he's over that way. My kids
Well, let's keep looking. Now, does this feed the waterfall?
Yeah, the pump. It's a there's a small pond down on the bottom that we didn't get a chance to see where the waterfall is. It goes 80 feet to the greenhouse, and then it pumps up 120 feet, and then it comes out over here.
Oh my grief!
Over here. And
that's what that pump is in the greenhouse.
Yeah. It's a 2 horsepower. It's a 2-inch. The biggest plumbing I could get is a 2-inch pipe. And it comes all the way up through there, and it's I think it's something like 3,600 gallons a minute, or 3,600 gallons. Yeah, 3,600 gallons.
That's a lot.
There's my bamboo. I cut that off the first year. I probably shouldn't have done that. So it's just now finally coming back. I thought you were supposed
Well, you don't know. That may make it healthier in years to come.
Yeah, so it's just now that growth is all from 1 year. Yeah, it was from the ground up. Was that like 2-3 feet up?
Yeah.
That's how fast that grows. Just gotta keep water on it. And then here's some of my tropical plants from the greenhouse. Yeah, there's hanging baskets. I started all those in the greenhouse this year. Those are all from starts.
And what's growing up the tree behind us, behind Dave here?
I'm not sure what that is. I thought it was just a ground cover. I just
Euonymus.
It's euonymus, yes.
yeah.
And it's probably, the name of it is probably emerald, is probably the variety.
Yeah, I think now that you say that. Originally, I just bought it for a ground cover to go around this tree, and then
I've got one
up like that, and then I kind of like the way it looks, so I've just been letting it go. I trim it in the spring, so it'll it's tight against the trunk.
Yeah, I have one that I'm growing like a bush
Oh wow!
instead of a vine.
Yeah.
And it was one that my mother gave me to start from hers. And that's why I know it's emerald, because I've got her garden book after she passed away.
Oh.
And it's written in there. She used to write the names of the plants that she bought.
Yeah, I can. I want to get a good shot of it.
Oh. Ooh. Whoa, they're going to kill each other getting to it. Whoa.
The one we call Cheeto, the big orange one, he's spoiled. He just comes up to the top and just opens his mouth and we throw food for him. The rest of them have to go look for it.
Yeah, I saw a little one that was being shoved up to the surface between 2 big ones.
Yeah, that's one of my only Japan ones left. You can tell the color's a little bit more vibrant. The patterns are
that
more,
one over
you
there.
can see the white one with the orange and the dark.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Yeah, don't have to have flowers to have color, do you? You got fish. Do the dogs ever get up against that fence?
The little one once in a while, yeah. They do it once and then they never do it again.
Yeah, it's like the fences you train them with. They don't do it again.
I just brought the papyrus out this year. Tropical water plant right there.
You know, one that people don't realize you can float in your pond is fiber optic grass.
Oh, okay. More raised beds.
Yeah, swimming pool. I need a liner so bad in mine.
And then there's some more of my tropical plants I have there.
Yeah, that's nice to have those around the pool.
I'm not sure what that is. That's my favorite plant right there in the pot, but I'm not. Some kind of an elephant ears, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I kept it in that square pot the whole time, and then finally this year I got gutsy and I decided I had a couple other pots, so that's a fresh start there. And look at how well that's done. And then I've got another one back there.
Well, they must like to be divided then.
Yeah, so it did really well.
Okay.
This is a vinca, I believe, vinca.
Yep, you've got a variegated one in there.
Yeah, I think originally it was all variegated, and I don't know, as it spread originally the vinca was around this tree, and I just could not get it to grow. And my neighbor, this was just taking over her garden, so she gave me some of it, and I put it in here. And
yeah,
then,
I've also
there were some wild violets in here too, and so there's a battle between the
one of them will take charge.
the wild violets and the the heat just killed all this, so I don't even know what. This used to be tight, like thick with tiger lilies. We used to get
Oh, the
This time of year it used to be beautiful. It would all be like those orange, just
Yeah.
the whole thing, and then just the heat just killed this all off.
well, that's another project where you can take them all out and put hybrid ones in
Yeah.
there. Get rid of the street side ones.
So
This is, you got powerful, is that the same pump running that one?
no, this is a different pump.
This is
This was the second pond I put in on this property. This was we used to have ducks, and so this was a pond I built for the ducks. And then there used to be a little bench over here on the other side, and we used to sit out here and feed the ducks. And then the ducks, there's 4 of them. They got to where they would tour the neighborhood if we weren't here, beg food. They'd go up to people's houses, and so we had to get rid of the ducks.
As soon as somebody complains, you have to get rid of them,
Yeah,
right?
they would come right up to people's houses, and this is perfect. This is where I do my woodworking right here. This is my wood shop, and it's nice just to be able to
Yeah,
take a little break and sit out here. I used to have a little bench out there.
so there's more down there, I think, isn't there?
Yeah, this was the first pond I put in right here. This is actually the first garden I put in here. Have to watch your head. You're kind of tall. This is we used to call this the zoo. We had it was all fenced off, and then even underneath the stones, there's fencing all underneath of it. And we used to keep rabbits. We had 2 rabbits, 4 tortoises. We had our koi in here, and then we used to keep parakeets and finches in this aviary right here. This little gazebo, we turned it into an aviary. And then I used to have a pond there, but putting water in it. We used to have exotic frogs in the bottom.
You did have some of those exotic frogs.
Yeah, we had exotic frogs in here at one time. And I had so many reptiles, I used to have to get crickets by the thousands. They'd come in the mail, and they would walk into there to feed the frogs, and they would come up from everywhere. It's like they knew. You wouldn't think reptiles would do that. And then so this used to be, we had 2 male rabbits. I didn't realize rabbits fought, so then we ended up having to build 2, we'd let them go when we were out here, but then we'd have to separate them so that one rabbit would go here and one rabbit would go into that pen over there. And so now this is just kind of turned into a vegetable garden. And then I keep goldfish. I have some goldfish in here. The herons, they don't get into the big pond, but they do come out here. So these guys are the remnants. I think one time I had 30 or 40 goldfish in here. Now I'm down to maybe a dozen. And I guess we could probably walk this way, or we could walk back around that way.
Oh, we can go that way.
So I tried pushing them up there and see if maybe.
So the black will help.
We could be doing pretty good right here. And this same thing here. I had I don't remember what it was. I had 3 trees. I can't remember what they were, but they died off last year. So I just went and took them out and just put tomatoes in.
Lots of basil. You make pesto?
Yeah. This is the first year I did plants from seed this year, and so these are all green peppers from seed. They just didn't do very well. I don't know. But my basil did well. My lettuce did pretty good. I have oregano down there that did do very good. I've got some cilantro that I think you must have to cut cilantro off. Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah,
I've never grown it.
Yeah,
but several of the herbs, even the basil, you need to cut it back.
Yeah, the basil needs to be cut back, but I'm waiting until after the garden's done, and I'll cut it all back. Because then I guess that makes a branch, forces it to branch out.
Well, it stops it from dying.
Yeah.
Because once it goes to seed, it dies.
Yeah, that's what happened to my cilantro. It just went to seed so fast.
Yeah.
And then that's the, I can't put that, whatever the vine is I have over there.
Some kind of ivy.
Yeah, I think it's not English ivy, it's the other ivy.
Boston?
Maybe Boston ivy. It was coming through the gate, and it would crawl into that garden bed. So I've been putting it up on the fence this year, and it's actually doing pretty good.
Yeah, I like your fence.
And then more tomato, and then again the heat just killed off it, and that used to be a nice thick bed of tiger lilies.
Well, the heat this year is bound to do it with no rain. I mean, if we'd had the heat with rain, that'd be different. Okay, which way do we go this time?
I think we just kind of skipped a little walk right through there.
That's a huge hosta.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that.
Summon substance, maybe?
Yeah. trying to get a good view of the waterfalls from this side. You can kind of see the small falls I have here.
Oh yeah.
It's a perfect place for bird watching too. Like you sit on that bench right there, and unbelievable all that bird stuff and things like that. So you protected from the bigger birds, I guess.
Well, birds come where there's places they can go into, like a tree with branches that they can get into, and they like some protection. I found that out the hard way. When I had my knee surgery, I hung a bird feeder right outside my dining room window. No birds ever came to it, and then I started reading and I discovered it needed to be near a bush or a tree. And the tree was too far. It was right under a tree, but it was an old tree that didn't have branches down close. But you got a lot of places for birds to go here. Lots of places.
Continues on down this way, and then just kind of stuck these corbels here. I didn't have a place for them, and it actually kind of.
They're doing
they
well.
Liked it well. So
yeah, they're doing well there.
Yeah, so I left it there. And then I had a lot of sedum. I think this was called dragon blood.
Oh, okay.
And I bought 2 plants, and this is everywhere. Usually it looks like, they call it dragon's blood. Usually it looks like that.
Yeah, it gets reddish color, yeah. It didn't do well at my house.
And then Alex has more and more sedum. All through here, and then there's more. Originally, this is the first time I tried cutting corbels was right here. And they like it here too. I got a couple spots where it's dying off.
Well, coral bells do tend to do that. Sometimes you have to bury them deeper because they come up on top of the soil. And that's the only problem I have with the coral bells is that.
And there's my daylilies. My wife and her mother went, and somebody was selling off. They had a daylily farm, and they were selling everything off.
Meacham?
Maybe, yeah, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
We ended up with all just the yellow ones. So my mother-in-law's got all the variety and all the different colors, and we ended up with just the yellow.
Yeah, she had quite a display out there. She bought the whole bunch from somebody else. Oh, it's all through here. All kinds of sedum and wow.
This is kind of my same thing with hostas. I think I started out with maybe 10, and now
You're going to be surprised when you take that progressive dinner.
Yeah, I heard there's one lady that
5,000.
Wow, I think I have maybe 15 varieties. 15 different varieties.
She doesn't have hers labeled. We don't know what kind they are, but you can tell she's got many different kinds.
Yeah, I think they can cross pollinate too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you and then plant the seeds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is.
And this is three tiers. Originally, I just threw the hostas in here.
Did you have any of these rocks trucked in?
Yeah, I think the small ones. I think I got from somebody. It's a farmer had a.
Yeah, he likes to get rid of them.
Likes to get rid of them, and so I took a pile.
Here she comes.
Here's my youngest. And then, so yeah, that's my carving up there. We're gonna look at that.
We got to go up on the other side to see that. Yeah.
So that's my last one. I did that 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and then I had to bring my brother over, and he bored a planter in the top of it. So then I just put a fern in it every year. Makes it look like it's his hair.
Yeah, that looks good. I like it. That was quite a large. You left quite a big hunk of tree up from the ground.
Yeah, and that was a red oak too, so that was hard to carve.
Yes. Yeah, different woods are a different story. And I think we've been all the way around. I know we haven't looked at everything, but.
Yeah, I just got the side gardens, all the shade garden.
Goes out. Right here.
Okay.
Well, I think we've probably got more than what we can put on our show. Maybe have to make it 2 shows.
Yeah. I still got to probably not quite twice what we've seen so far. There's a shade garden on the side there too, but it's mainly rhododendrons.
So we need to come back in the spring.
Yeah, mainly rhododendrons, hostas, and some daylilies that do okay in the shade.
Well, I want to thank you for letting us come videotape. And more than that, I'm thanking you for being on the garden tour.
Yeah.
Because it is a fundraiser for Lila Arboretum.
Yeah.
And we appreciate all the work you're putting in here.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. I'm excited to show it off. It's been a lot, like I said, a lot of work, and it's kind of nice to be able to show it to people.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever met anyone as young as you that was so enthused about gardening.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while. So.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks again.
Thank you.
If you would like to become a Master Gardener, call 969-0270, extension 116. If you have questions or suggestions about this show, call 963-1448.